Yeah. See how bad I've gotten in this game. Not playing it for a few weeks.
In a couple days.
See how bad I've gotten in this game. Not playing it for a few
In
weeks.
a couple days. It hasn't been a few weeks, has it?
It's all a blur.
Yeah.
Warning. Main bay doors open. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. The stream will begin
I did
shortly.
not check my resolution and frame rate. Okay, it's good.
I'm almost in. How you going, McFish?
I'm doing great.
Okay. God, you sound like you got a deep voice today.
He's got
I'm
COVID.
doing great. Oh, has he?
He's got COVID. He was just sharing
I
that
hope
before you came in.
I hope you don't have it bad. I had a very mild case of it, McFish, but how's it for you?
Bad cold with muscle aches.
Yeah. In the scheme of things, it's not terrible.
Like other weird things, but the only super annoying thing is like the headache, the cold, and the neck ache.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Hellbringer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can invite. Do you have a spot, actually? I should ask. 'Cause
Yeah.
obviously there's a few other people here.
Yeah, but you're here before the other anybody's. So, and
I'm only going to drop a few.
you're threatening. I said that last night when I was going to quit, and I went like 4 more. So we'll start doing a countdown at, say, 4 matches, and then you can decide how many it's going to take you to actually quit.
No, I have dinner soon, so I just thought.
Hellbringer says Drax doesn't play Mechwarrior online, so don't invite him.
Where's Hellbringer saying that?
Over in chat. Hellbringer, are you coming in too? Should I wait for you? What are you having for dinner? You got to tell me.
Hey, Crimson.
Hey,
Hello.
Crimson. Welcome.
Hey, what's happened with the job? Are you still there, or did you move on?
I am stuck actually. I already told my boss I want to leave, but he insists me going on.
Oh, well, there you go. So stop being paranoid. Just work, buddy. Just
He
work.
insisted you stay, or that you go on to another job.
I want to leave the job and find something else. He insists me to go on with the same thing.
He wants you to stay.
He's not happy with his sale. He's not happy with his sales results, and he's feeling down about it.
Yeah. 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 Well, if it's any consolation, Crimson, I'm not happy with my kill-death ratio, but I'm going to keep going on too.
I'm so proud of you.
You can
That's not
always
much.
sell to Drax.
Yeah, sell something to
You can
Drax.
always- What?
He's loaded.
That's the myth. That's the legend.
That's the list.
I don't know. I mean, according to Valen, I'm massively in debt.
Oh, Hellbringer, that's terrible.
I'm going to have to sell my 20 homes and my 30 hotels, you know? Sure. No problem.
Crimson Eye, you're not able to play, right?
Yeah, not at all. I'm just
Okay.
in my car right now.
Hey, Valen, do you want this spot?
Sure, I'll take it. Logging in right now.
All right. Hellbringer is declining Drax's the invitation, Drax, because he doesn't want to play with people who don't play Mechwarrior online, and he's worried that you might taint the experience because of your anti-Mechwarrior attitude.
Well, I showed up. I'm here.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's
it's
talking
more than
about.
Hellbringer's done so far, right?
I just wanted to take a break, that's all. And conveniently today, Lost Ark is on maintenance, so I'm here.
So we're the fair weather game, is what he's really saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah,
For now, I'm not going to play Lost Ark forever.
that's true. That's true.
I'm only
Well,
dropping for a couple, and then I'm going to have dinner, and that'll be that for the night.
last time you said you were going to
Alright,
have dinner and I'll be right back, you never came back, and then we didn't see you after that for like 3 weeks. I think it's been 3 weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
No, we played Monday. We played, well, my Monday, your Sunday, we played Mechwarrior 5, where I ran up another debt, apparently.
Just got himself into MMORPG.
Are you gonna invite Dark?
Are you in? Yep, there you
Yeah,
are.
I'm in.
There you go.
I'm just trying to limit my gaming, so I'll probably play this on Fridays when Lost Ark is on maintenance, and I'll play Mechwarrior 5.
Why do they do maintenance on a Friday on a game?
Well, it's technically America's Thursday, so...
Oh, that's right.
They don't have Aussie servers, so...
Yeah. That makes sense.
I just want to play through to the
exciting conclusion.
End content, and then I'll probably just stop playing it.
Are you going to find out at the end, when you get to wherever you end up, that it's just going to be like Kiev and Ukraine, and the Russian army is going to have you surrounded, and it'll be game over?
Jesus, that's harsh.
I know. I was watching some of the.
Where the hell did that come from?
I've been watching some of the news on it. It's just really depressing.
Yeah, it can't be fun for them.
No, it's really terrible.
There's a clip going around of an island somewhere in the Ukraine. I imagine it's
Sniper.
Crimea, and it's got this voiceover with the Russian Navy is saying surrender or we'll blast to the smithereens, and the reply from the Ukrainian, it sounds like a husband and wife, basically tells them to go and get lost in
more vivid detail,
more colourful language, colourful language.
Yeah,
and everyone's saying he's a boss.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's terrible what's going on over there.
Yeah. He's got what, 100? I don't know if I've heard different numbers. I don't know if he's got 120,000 troops in the Ukraine now, or 180,000 troops in the Ukraine now. But no small number in any case. And Ukraine doesn't have any air superiority really at all, and NATO's not going to do anything to help them. And U.S., we've done things in the past to give them money for things, but we haven't really helped in this because nobody wants. I mean, Putin's in a place now where if anybody interferes, he will feel justified to attack whoever he wants, and a lot of people are afraid of him, and so it's like they're not gonna probably. Hear about the older Ukrainian that was giving Russian troops sunflower seeds? No. Sniper. I did see one where there was a tank that was out of fuel on the highway, and a Ukrainian guy came up to the guys in the tank and said, mechanical problems, and they said, no, we're out of fuel. Can you give us a tow? And he said, the only place I'm able to tow you is back to Russia. And they all laughed, I guess.
Wait, or an APC.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Oh, it's so he was giving them sunflower seeds, so when they expire on the Ukrainian soil, at least a sunflower will grow. Yeah. I do suspect it sounds like it's going to be a bloody, guerrilla war for the next 10 years there, maybe.
I don't think so. Just hope this war ends soon so no one can suffer. No one should suffer.
Well, for them, though, I mean, like if somebody invaded the United States, we would not go quietly into whatever they want. We would fight tooth and nail for decades, if that's what it took. And because I wouldn't want to be underneath the thumb of somebody like Putin.
Airstrike online.
I wouldn't want my children to grow up underneath the thumb of someone like him, or a country like that. So no. What's the cost? The cost is many of you die, and you keep your children, your country free, or you roll over and become subservient to a dictatorship like him. Nope. Hate to say it, but I'd take up arms in that case too.
Target spotted.
Well, the reason why Russia did it is just pretty simple. They don't listen.
We're gonna kill him quickly. They got help coming from Fox 5.
Online.
Need assistance.
Oh,
Target acquired.
I don't suggest going around that rock though.
Target spotted.
Airstrike
Target spotted.
online.
You guys over here in Echo 6 should get some shots and some backs. That's all I'm saying.
Target spotted.
Core 'em out.
Airstrike online.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Airstrike online.
Marvin, you guys are a bit too much than I thought.
What's that?
Target spotted.
Now I'm just trying to look for a place to park my car, but it seems everyone is parking on the roadside, so...
Airstrike online. Target destroyed.
I don't see how they're getting to my
Got a
CT
target list for you
here.
guys.
No, they got me.
We have missiles for that blood ass.
Legs on the ice, right?
New target acquired.
Well, I think the highest number I heard was 180,000, but
Here,
maybe 200
he is
correct.
alone. Kill him. Kill him now.
Target
180,000 of what?
Are eliminated.
Troops,
destroyed. New target acquired.
Russian troops.
True? Uh-huh. You mean the-
Sniper was saying there was 200,000
New target
mass
acquired.
before the invasion, but maybe not. Some of those might have been support, right? So they wouldn't necessarily be fighting troops, but support troops too.
Well, actually, till so far, I mean, they have been minimized the damage under control.
We're experiencing some losses.
New target acquired.
Be out there.
There's been what, Crimson?
The casualty has been very low, and then... Even though they did drop some bombs, but...
New
Oh no, I
target
think it's a lot worse
Yeah.
than that. I mean, I'm looking at some of the footage, and there's got to be there's tons of damage, but they've even struck a nuclear plant that if it catches fire or blows up, it could be 10 times worse than Chernobyl, and they've taken out all the civilian power plants that they can, and it's so there's lots of people without heat or electricity. Most people in near cities that they're going after at least, and they've hit lots of civilian buildings, and there's several hundred civilians dead, maybe way more than that. We don't really probably know that number.
acquired.
For now, we only know it's about... The official analysis is about less than 200 civilians.
Yeah, I think that's right. When I say several, that's too big of a number because that's usually 4. So there's maybe a little under 200 that they know of that are dead, like 170 something, and then like 1,600 wounded or something. But I've just seen a lot of shots of just devastation where they've been fighting, through cities and towns and stuff. It's not. I wouldn't say there's little damage. There's quite a bit of damage already.
Well, everything has a cost.
Well, so I also heard, and maybe you know more about this, that there are people in Ukraine who want Russia to come and take it back
You see Piranha going in.
Like-
Push, please.
Okay.
maybe as high as 30%.
Okay, it's like this.
Okay, that Fox 4.
Because
What you're looking for,
once
Albert?
used to be like that.
Fox
But
4.
after the Soviet Union fall,
Not over there.
they
he's in
split
Fox
up,
4.
right?
Yeah.
So there was part of them, the politician does want to go back. But right now, they also have 2 more extra party. One in favor of NATO, which also want to side with US. And then one who just want to make a proper improvement on their economy. And then the last one, which is this batch, want to join back to Russia. They want it so badly, even though they have split up themselves and caused some civil war during this couple of years. So things is not going well. But the thing is, for all this to happen,
Good work there, my fish.
is because, I mean, Russia has been heavily surveilled by US all the time,
Heavily what?
and NATO surveillance. Because to be
Oh,
honest,
surveillance?
the existence of the existence of NATO is just not to unite the Europe country. It also serves as a power of purpose to help to watch over Russia. Imagine if Ukraine joined NATO. It doesn't sound good to Russia at all, because Russia actually has been asking to join NATO for the past 20 years,
Yeah.
4 times,
Yeah.
and then reject them.
Right.
So it all come down to the end that he just tell Ukraine, do not join NATO. This is my final warning, and they insist. So there's nothing to be blamed. This is all someone's hand behind this, causing all this to happen. And you all know who I'm talking about.
No. Putin, I guess.
George Soros?
Secret Jewish space lasers? I mean, honestly, I don't know who you're talking about. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one.
The correct answer is
Your
Joe Biden.
government, your government make all this happens, you know that?
My government?
Yeah,
Oh, I heard it was
slowly-
Greta Thunberg's fault.
Wait, why is it my government's fault that Russia and Putin is having the Russian forces go into Ukraine and attack and take it back?
I said earlier, last time before they were split, Ukraine was always with Russia. After this is what I heard from someone. Okay, I'm not
Boral.
sure about the news, but I think
So there is a Crimson. So I mean, I don't want to talk too much about this because we're talking to a bunch of Americans. So
Right.
It's not, it never goes down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm actually curious.
So there is a narrative, right, over the past, well, since Russian fell.
Yeah.
There's a narrative by some experts who you're not going to see on your TV channels, but if you find them, they're highly regarded, and they've been around for a while talking about this, and they've been warning about this for the last, I think, 15 years. And so one of the things, the narratives they say, and this isn't the only one, but it's one of them, is that there are different forces at play here, and it's quite complex. But one of the things that's happened is that initially America really failed Russia when it broke up from being the USSR. That America's never really been that great at coming in, and except post World War II, they've never been that great in sort of supporting countries to establish real democracies. They've never been really great at it. They've tried sometimes, but they've never really been great at it. And they missed an opportunity with Russia. So one of the things that's happened is that Russia's constantly asked, why does NATO exist, for example? And we all know why it exists. It exists because it's there against what was the USSR and then what is Russia. The other thing is that they made a promise to, when the USSR broke up, to the leader at the time, and it wasn't written down, but it was a verbal promise that they wouldn't extend NATO past, I think it was Poland. I think that was the agreement, and of course they've been edging past that for a while. They've also, one of the narratives is that they were behind the change of governments within the Ukraine that happened. So while there were legitimate people who wanted change in the Ukraine, there was some kind of influence from America to bring about that change. Now, America has the Monroe Doctrine, and it's very guarded against that, which basically says, this is our sphere of influence, don't fuck with it. Oh, sorry, I'm swearing at the thing. Russia
You've
essentially...
only been back from hiatus not even a half hour, Drax.
Yeah, so Russia has the same kind of, they have their own, well, they've got an old sphere of influence, which after the USSR broke down, they kind of lost, but it's still, the skeleton of it's still there. And they essentially, with the USSR's moving NATO into the region, or influencing to extend NATO into that region, influencing governments in the old sphere of influence of the USSR, it's seen by Russia as essentially bullying that area that they've always regarded as theirs. And because they're locked out of Europe, they're not allowed to join NATO, they're not regarded as being European, even though traditionally Russia has seen itself as being part of Europe. There's those sorts of things that have been going on. I mean, this doesn't justify Russia invading a sovereign nation. But so what? It's not as if America hasn't done the same thing. France hasn't done the same thing. A lot of countries in Europe haven't done the same thing around the world. It's happened in Libya. We've seen it in Syria. It happens. But when the narrative is you shouldn't do it unless you're one of these other countries, that is, you're on our side, kind of thing. They're quite happy to do it. I mean, they made up a lie to get into Iraq, for example. I'm talking about America now. So the narrative is that essentially America's bullied in the last 15 years Russia into this position. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm just talking about what some of the narrative is around this stuff. Obama, for example, one of the other narratives is early as Obama and then Clinton, but specifically on Obama, he essentially funded the Russians in that contested region where you've got pro-Russian and pro-Ukrainian independent areas. They've given a name, I forget the name. And it turns out these guys were Nazis. I mean, that's one of the narratives that's going on. As soon as Obama found that out, he basically stopped the funding. So there's been a lot of activity and mischief going on from certain powers in the Ukraine for quite some time. And at some point, just like the Americans would do with the Monroe Doctrine, they've basically said enough's enough. And what tipped it this time round was the gas pipelines. Essentially, Russia is a major supplier into Europe of, I think it's gas. And America, one force that's trying to influence the Ukraine from becoming more European and not so Russian based, it is those forces that want to control the gas. There's pipelines going through the Ukraine, and it would then circumvent Russia's influence and economy by supplying Europe with gas. They would go through the Ukraine, which is no longer under Russia's control. They wouldn't get any profit from it, blah, 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 blah.
But they're not under their control right now.
No. But what I'm saying is Russia normally supplies, through their lines, the gas into Europe. With the Ukraine, the American has put a lot of money, not Americans, but American companies have put a lot of money into building that structure to circumvent Russia's supply. And it's basically it's like the last straw, if you like. It's basically led to Russia putting their foot down and saying, bugger off. They didn't do it under Trump. One of the narratives is the reason why they didn't do it when Trump was in office is because because of Trump being so...
volatile?
What's the word?
Boisterous?
Not consistent.
Yeah, not predictable.
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
Unpredictable. They were worried about how Trump would react and what Trump would be willing to do.
Yeah.
Under a Democrat Biden, it's stock standard. I personally, this is my personal view, is this stuff that we're seeing now was already agreed to and it's just playing out. I don't mean, there was a phone call somewhere and people said this is how it will happen. I just mean that the fact that America hasn't gone in with troops and Europe was delaying any kind of activity against Russia initially, like Germany and Italy, meant that they were okay with the Ukraine going Russia's way, is what I'm saying. And everyone now gets to be the good guy without much cost. They get to say, chest thumping, we're standing up against the Russians, we're doing all this going after the billionaires' money and all that kind of stuff. But really, it isn't really costing them anything, and they get to look like so-called couch heroes to their own countries with their chest.
Kind of like the cat competition that has banned Russian cats from participating in cat shows.
Sure. Now, I don't... It's not as if these narratives are all that's operating. It's not. There's definitely Ukrainians who are definitely more wanting to be part of Europe. Russia definitely invaded the Ukraine and shouldn't. But, just like America has the Monroe Doctrine, Russia sees itself as having a sphere of influence, and they've been bullied to this point where they put their foot down and doing what they're doing. That's the Russians' point of view about this, and that's the sort of the rhetoric that people don't necessarily want to hear. But
don't you think that like the Ukraine should have a say in this? Like it's their country, and when Russia fell apart, they formed their own sovereign nation. Shouldn't they? Again, I'm not for Putin invading the Ukraine. No, I know, but so my. Like, I'm in a bad spot here. I don't view America's foreign policy as being great often, right? I totally agree that we've screwed things up sometimes more than we've helped, but sometimes we've helped things, and sometimes it's for the wrong motive and wrong reason. I totally understand that, and it's embarrassing and terrible and shameful. But we do have a habit of, when we do go into countries and try to, we have two habits. One is we tend to rebuild them better than we left them in shambles, right?
Not really.
That's not.
Well, that's
not
like. That's actually not your reputation. That's the reputation you think you have, but
okay.
You don't actually
Well, maybe not then. In the case of Japan, we totally revamped their industry.
Again, after World War II, the only one you can really cite would be South Korea and Japan. There's not a lot others that you would be able to cite, and that's the reputation you have now in terms of country building is more about getting the third world into massive debt so you can influence votes in the UN. I mean, that's
pretty.
There's a whole book written about what happened in the 60s and 70s about why you chose to rebuild some countries over others.
Oh, sure. So that's I'm not going to really be able to make much of a case there. I agree. I thought there was some case, but maybe there's less than I even think. I don't follow that stuff that well. Just growing up, I remember doing some of those things and thinking, well, at least.
And I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. I'm not here to poo-hoo America.
No, and I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
The other question is.
Same here. I mean,
my other question
we're
is.
talking about facts.
What's the like the end game for Russia is to stay and control it and make it part of the greater Russian nation. The end game in America, I don't think, has often been staying and taking it over and making it part of America. Have we done that in any countries?
Have you done what? Sorry?
Taken over and made them part of America? Usually when we go to war with the country, we leave and they let, we don't take over their country forever.
Well, I mean, for example, there was a country called Cuba that was very close to you.
Yeah.
And if you could get away with it, you would have invaded, and you've tried, and it's called the Bay of Pigs, and you failed, and so you learned your lesson. So then you decided, well, we'll just bankrupt them. We'll just put a blockade around them and call it even. And you've interfered in South American politics by establishing dictators. You've propped up.
Yeah, I was going to say along the bad.
You're funding the invasion of Yemen. I mean, we could just go on and on about
and
the
I was
way
going to say that was some of the bad
like
stuff
Europe and America does.
Is with Saddam Hussein. We put him in power, right? So it's not like we've got this.
It's not even as old as Saddam Hussein though. Even in what you guys are doing with propping up Saudi Arabia so that it can invade and bash a small group in Yemen. I mean, it's maniacal. But again, that's. You got to separate what your government does and what the people of America are. But, I'm talking to you guys, and I adore you guys. I love playing games with you. I love talking, and you are not your government. But the thing that frustrates a lot of people around the planet is that you guys supposedly have a democracy. You guys get to vote, and the politics of how America treats the world hasn't seemed to change. It's still pretty much the same game page, and you talk to Americans about their actions around the world, and sometimes they're disgusted about it.
I think a lot of it is disgusting, and I seldom have looked at American foreign policy, and if I look deeply, thought, oh, that was a good idea. I just don't. It's so.
I didn't even want to talk tonight, I didn't even. I was deliberately biting my tongue, going, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. Crimson, you talk. But you asked.
No, just simple, guys. I mean, doesn't matter whose side right or wrong. I mean, war is always bad because the only losers is the civilians. You see, that's what I'm trying to say. For whatever it happens, but still, civilians suffers. There's nothing much we can do about it other than try to help them or pray for them.
It's definitely about my program. I'm ducking out. I got to go have some dinner.
Okay.
Sorry, I upset anyone on your stream and any Americans. I apologize.
No, it's totally fine. I get disgusted by politicians and by some of this foreign policy too. It's just really not. Like the American goal of most Americans is, if we can go be of help, let's do that. And it's if we can keep a dictator from oppressing his people, every American would say, well, that's worth some American lives. We have no intention of staying there. in the everyday American average person. Now, whether or not it leaves that and becomes this big boondoggle for the military industrial complex or giant corporations, it does, and we don't really like that either, right? So it's a mess.
You asked me 2 or 3 days ago that do I want people to be able to live longer?
Yeah.
And these are the kind of reasons why I don't, because one day Putin will be dead. So, anyway, I got to duck out, but before I go, I'm pretty sure Valen wants to say something.
Okay,
so.
Go ahead. I got a spot for Hellbringer, is that right? Or who am I getting?
Oh, was it Lonely?
Or Lonely? Who was
I was going to say.
Sorry, Lonely, go ahead.
So, Drax, our politics all look the same because really they are all the same. They're just choosing side A or side B of the same page. Yeah. So, for us, voting is really choosing the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion.
Based on usually insufficient and often faulty information, too.
Modern democracies.
If our federal government can't run a brothel and a bar without bankrupting it, they're completely inept and can't run anything. So,
yeah, modern democracies, the party system seems to have definitely been corrupted.
Who am I giving
does
this,
often
this
feel like,
invite to?
What's the point? Anyway, I'm ducking out. Thanks very much. See you later.
Bye. Who am I giving this invite to?
Take care.
Ronan or Hellbringer? I didn't hear it correctly.
Oh,
you say you're sending to Valen, I think.
Valen's already in. I haven't, because now I have another one opened up. Okay. I'm just waiting to hear who I should give it. I don't know who was here first and wanted to play, or if Ronan was here.
Oh, Ronan is here. I think you let him in.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not here to play. I was here to talk.
Okay, great. That's fine too. I just wanted to know who to give the invite to. But is Hellbringer? Are you in yet?
He's mute.
He's mute
and silence.
He's muted and deafened.
Yeah.
Yep. You need to message him.
Yeah, if people would read chat, they would see that I said I'm logging in. Yeah.
Oh, over here in chat. I wasn't looking in chat. Hey, Reverend Pepper.
Yeah, it wasn't too much for the political talk, so I just kind of walked away from that.
Down.
I just wanted to poke Drax a little bit before he left, so I gotta go.
Okay, thanks.
Seems like everybody likes to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I just had a couple of things to say. That's really all it was. I was trying to type it out, was not keeping up with the verbal conversation.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, it's because Drax really does talk pretty fast.
Well, the conversation just traveled so
moves,
fast between everybody. It's hard to keep up trying to just type it in.
Yep.
I know this is idealistic, right? I get it. So I'm going to say this and people are going to probably laugh, but the idealistic American view that I grew up with is that our foreign policy should be that we get involved in instances where there's genocide or mass, suffering being perpetrated by a government on its people that we could actually do something about because the government is obviously corrupt and evil in that sense. We try to help in those cases, sometimes not militarily, sometimes militarily, and that the goal isn't to take over that country. The goal is to help foster democracy because we believe that democracy is a better thing for the people than an evil dictator. And then if we can do that, great. If we can't, and after a while we might give up, and that's tragic. But the trying and the helping foster that, we believe philosophically, is a good goal, and a goal that we're sometimes willing to die for other people to have a taste of what we have here. Now, it's none of our business. It's like, it's not our country. Who are we to poke our poker in that fire? And so there's certainly a case to be made that it's none of our business, so we should stay out of it. And yet, if we hadn't got involved in World War II, where would the world be now, right? So it is our business at some point when some of these countries get powerful enough to start looking at taking over the globe and things, because it affects us too, and affects the rest of the world detrimentally. And there's this view that we're kind of a planetary police force, and I don't know that that's really fair, true, or should be. But we certainly have an influence, as through NATO and other, places, or other, countries that we influence and stuff. But the guy on the ground, me, we tend to think, well, we want to help people. That's the motive. The hard part, and I realize this is the hard part, is when are you really helping, and when are you screwing it up? And then when do your politicians take advantage of that to also just line their pockets and help their buddies line their pockets, and to garner more control and power and stuff like that. So I know it's messy and difficult to weed through that. Because I know I can't figure it all out. It's just like,
Well, like you say, democracy is good. But again, if the system is being corrupted by some dictators, then it's pretty much the same thing.
well,
Like my country.
it's not the same thing. It's still not the same thing.
A pure democracy is one of the better political systems.
Yeah.
When ours was set up initially, there were more than just two parties. And as time has gone on, our presidents and our politicians in general have taken more and more power a little bit at a time and not given any of it back. And that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the thing now in
that's the,
my country.
To what Drax was
Imagine
talking
one
about.
party.
Go ahead, Crimson. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, because
talk over you.
my country is slightly different, but it's still under influence of democracy. But still, the party who have overpower on this system has been on the winning side for at least more than 50 years. So imagine that. Same party, every year they are the ones who get to vote to continue sit on the throne for at least 50 years.
And
what do you think is going to happen to the country?
Whatever they want. And there's
exactly.
and there's
I mean, even now,
and there's nothing the rest of the people can do about it, right? Even though they might be
I mean,
the
we try
majority.
to vote the opposite party, and guess you know what? They fake the vote numbers.
Right.
They literally have power to do anything now.
So it becomes a banana republic in a sense. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So the difference between a democracy. I mean, we have a republic here. It's not really a strict democracy. But when you say there's not much difference, I guess in some cases that's certainly true. But in the case of a dictatorship where the dictator can just decide to kill people and it's fine. We'll just start killing people. We can't really do that here yet, generally speaking, without lots of public outcry and lots of court cases and jail time, hopefully, and things like that. So nobody in our government feels comfortable sending the National Guard or the military, and it's against the law, against its own citizens. In a dictatorship, that's exactly what they can do, and there's no recourse for it. Like Putin can do whatever he wants within his country. He could send his military after Russians and kill them if he wanted to, and nobody'd stop him.
I know, but the thing is, you have to understand, in second or third world country, they've used this so-called democracy name,
and they don't,
to make people have dreams.
Right.
Yeah, they don't do it the right way.
Right. No, I
and to
get
be
that.
the fact that you say then the fact that you say about sending troops to their own citizens, it has happened in my country. It has happened to my neighborhood. When the government has a fear of certain race, it will take over their country because of our higher intelligence, and then we can make better profit than them because we are good in business.
Yeah.
But they kind of do a pretty bad slaughter.
So you can have your own military attack your own people in your country.
Where are you from, Crimson?
Malaysia.
Yeah.
It already happened once.
But
they called it a martial law. whole country was locked down. And I remember hearing the stories from my uncle. They were right outside in the woods, so they have to hide in the estate to stay a couple of nights. Thank God the soldier did not find them, or else they'll be dead, because the law was established that anyone civilian dares to go out, they will be killed on the spot. You cannot see what's going on outside. You cannot know what's going on outside. You'll be dead.
Wow.
If you do so. Because my mom told me she witnessed a lady trying to sneak out to see what's going on, and then her head got blown up by the soldier next to her.
Wow.
Right outside the truck. She just took a shot in the head.
Here in America, you can declare martial law in case of some emergency or something like that, but you can't have American troops on American soil for anything other than helping people, basically. You can't have them policing.
Yeah.
You can call in the National Guard, and they can, enforce. Now, I may not be clear on some of the legal laws exactly, but it's almost unfathomable. I can't even imagine that American troops would do that to American citizens. Looters, sure, but just Americans, like a woman walking outside, they're not going to shoot her. So, they sign up to protect these people, not to, police them and control them.
Yeah, correct. That's my point. But the thing is, my side here is so.
Is that a cultural
considered gone
difference, you think, too, as well as legal differences?
Airstrike online.
Yes. And to be honest, our policy is basically just useless.
Target spotted.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I think my country can be almost similar like Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Because their police are also very corrupted, same as us here. I mean, yeah, sometimes they don't bother you, but sometimes they'll just come and find you to, ask you for some extra money
And
for
do whatever
them.
they want. Yeah, and they can get away
If
with
you
it.
got caught,
Yeah, and I'm sad to say, more than any time in my life, our country is dealing with that more and more. Not, it's not overt and blatant, but it's still, starting to happen and stuff.
yeah, when you have some problem with system failing, I mean, good people also start to have to went bad because they have no choice. If you don't do exactly what others do, they will not accept you and be kicked out. And I think I still remember there was one case which is quite shock to the whole society. I think it was the time, 2014 or 13, I can't remember. But there was a guy from a corruption department. He actually found out our prime minister involved with a lot of heavy corruption, and he wanted to reveal the truth. And he got killed the next day, thrown off from the higher building, and it was done by other police.
See, that's just and
yep.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It happens. I mean, if you check our country's craziest stories, you find there's not just one. There was like multiple occasions. Our submarines engine went missing. Our jet fighter engine went missing.
Like a whole submarine engine, like a nuclear reactor or gas diesel reactor.
Yeah.
Diesel reactor, diesel engine. Like what was it?
Nuclear reactor is missing.
You lost a nuclear reactor for a submarine, which requires quite a bit of
No, we
corruption
lost.
in order for that to happen, right?
Yeah, they actually bought some submarine from I think France or some other country, and then when they reached, they say that the reactor was gone. And this case went off for some international court for a couple of times.
How did?
It's absurd.
How did it get to you? Did it get there by towing, or did it come on its own power and then the reactor was pulled?
I don't know. I only know that when the submarine reached Malaysia, and then a couple of days left, it's just gone. So which means they have legally sold to black market or some other places.
Well, how do you sell a nuclear reactor on a marine quality submarine technology nuclear reactor on the black market? That's got to be pretty obvious to anybody looking.
I don't know. to be honest.
It's not like
but
a diamond you can pull out and sell it separately, right? It's like, well, we have this, 3 carat, diamond. It's, $40,000. We'll take it. This one's a nuclear reactor.
I know, but it is missing because at the end the submarine become like a tourism.
Oh my gosh! And what do they pay for it?
I don't know. I mean,
$1 billion probably.
So
nuclear subs aren't cheap.
I don't know. I mean, I think a couple of $100 million.
You can't get a nuclear sub for a couple $100 million. Like the American nuclear subs cost over $1 billion each. Now they're bigger.
Well,
probably.
if you buy them without the engine, I'm sure they're a lot cheaper.
Maybe they're cheaper without the engine. Yeah, that's probably true. Like a discount.
I'm just saying. You can purchase stuff without engines. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could be that they bought the sub, but couldn't buy the engine.
Oh, McFish, you're just.
So France said, "Okay, here's the shell."
I don't think so because this one I forgot the whole detail because this went on the court a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
And
did they tow it over?
Jet fighter engine went missing. I don't know. I don't know how the hell they escalated.
Were they on deck paddling with little oars or something to get it over to you guys? It makes me wonder if they budgeted the money and then dealt with France to get it without the reactor and didn't tell anybody so they could keep the money. Like, well, yeah, we want the sub, and no, we don't need the reactor. We'll just pocket the rest, right?
Somehow, I don't know.
Wow.
But this has been going on. Imagine we are a small country with a lot of natural resources, and then we are free from a lot of natural disaster, and yet our debt is like top 20 in the world.
Wow.
Hey, McFish, what's better, AC-10s or Ultra-10s?
So I'm sure you guys can hardly imagine how bad is our country.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who is over in the Ukraine, and he works at one of the universities, and so maybe that makes him biased, and he's a musician.
Go ahead and launch.
So he's not an academic in that sense. He's a cello player, right? Plays in the symphonies on staff at the university and teaches lessons and plays in the Ukraine Symphony, so he's obviously a pretty good player. And my conversations with him have just led me to believe that most people in the Ukraine do not want to become part of Russia ever again. It's not what they want. So I'm kind of biased by what he's told me, and I'm watching both liberal and political, American liberal and American conservative news sources on this, and then I've got his conversations rattling around in my head and stuff, and it just makes me really kind of heartbroken that this country they were promised by us and the UN and Russia that they would never be invaded if they gave up their nuclear weapons 20 some years ago. And so of course Russia's marching right in, and now they have no deterrent to keep them from doing so because they were talked into giving up their 580 or whatever nuclear weapons that they had for when Russia fell apart. So we helped disarm them, and now we're not helping protect them. And Russia just took advantage of them. And it's just really sad. And I haven't been able to communicate to him because their internet's down. I'm just kind of hoping he's okay.
I think the last I saw there was some tourism on Ukraine. I think businessman. He was right in the city when the attack initiated, and then the air raid alarm was going off. He was like running for his life with a couple more people. It's crazy.
Man.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems normal.
Kicking thermals on.
Ooh. Maybe I'll do that just for grins. I liked the old thermals where the mechs that were on the map were red from heat.
Yeah.
I thought that was a lot better than this. Everything's white, and if it's hot, it's really white. Because everything around here is like freezing, and mechs would be hundreds and hundreds of degrees. They would be red. Or they would be white, I guess, and everything else would be deep blue if it was cold. That would make more sense for a thermal. But I guess it made it too easy to find targets and kill them when they were all shrieking red.
Airstrike online.
So in the name of balancing, they went, oh, we'll just make it black and white like the old thermal cameras used to be. Not the newfangled high-tech ones.
We got narkers.
Target spotted.
Airstrike online.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Is that guy still down in the trench here?
Target
I just got
spotted.
narked.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I'll bring him on your 6, but I'm quite a ways back.
I don't know if I'm making a good player now.
I know,
I'm flanking hard.
but I'll come with you.
There's an LRM bolt that was just here, so I'm trying to get him.
Yeah.
Hit only one spot.
I'm just not very quick.
Target spotted.
Narked. And then he's shooting missiles from a
It looks like I'm not even moving.
single tube.
This is hardly 64 kph. Uh-oh. Come on down here, buddy. Yep.
Incoming missile.
That's the baddest mistake you've ever made. Oops, I can't shoot that high. It's the best mistake you've ever made.
Warning, incoming missile. Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Left arm destroyed.
Oh, that sucks. Didn't even blow up any of his launchers.
Critical damage.
That supernova's almost out, and hey, you guys want to touch him.
Left torso destroyed.
Well, that was good. A little rifleman just took me out.
Yeah.
I couldn't shoot high enough.
Target spotted.
I gotta work the weapons out for this Mark
New
II.
target acquired.
That never would have happened in my Hellbringer.
Heat level critical.
Target
I'm
spotted.
swapping back to my freaking LRM boat
Target
right now.
destroyed. Target acquired.
Because I keep jamming, that's my
New
problem.
target acquired.
The UX keep jamming on me.
You know, jazz musicians have that problem too. They just keep jamming.
New target acquired.
So you're not alone. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Dark, you should check your Ghostlands chat.
Activated.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
Acquired.
Keep in mind, oh no, I got that. Do I need to log in?
Both torsos. Hard to get to him.
Delete? What am I missing? Oh, Ghostlands
Combination of narc
in, like,
and all those missiles.
Discord, you mean?
Make it really
New
fast.
target
Yeah, yeah.
acquired.
Oh.
Nice.
I took
Oh,
a down.
that a protocol backpack?
Look at
Really
that.
That's Mad Cat.
Nice.
Yeah.
But isn't
bought
it
the
the
file.
cop?
Huh?
The cockpit system is a bit
General
long.
torso.
Well, it's long
Checking out.
because there's actual pieces that go on top of it that aren't there.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So can
Makes sense
you
now.
tell what this is printed with as far as resolution? Is it?
It's an FDM.
What's FDM?
It's a filament deposition.
Oh,
So it's
filament,
just a
okay.
standard printer. It's not a resin.
Okay. But by the time you paint it, it's probably going to be fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
Yeah. Once.
Are you gonna hollow out the any of the laser weapons and put LED lights in them?
I thought about it, but I don't think I'm going to. Mostly because it's got a lot of internal moving joints. So if I start hollowing it out, it'll mess with it.
Not necessarily, because most of them right there on the front, underneath the cockpit, right? So you could put them all. You could put some batteries up in there and a switch on the bottom and a compartment latch on the bottom, and then you could. There's tiny little LEDs that would fit in those spots with little teeny filament wires.
Oh, absolutely.
If you want more to do, I mean, I don't want you to be bored. Look, I took 800 damage, so it's not like I wasn't useless. I at least was a sponge. Meanwhile, McFish does
ridiculous.
Well, he only did 531 this time.
Oh, okay.
Longbow Blue brought some pain.
I think we might change these out.
I didn't.
Because this
this
has a UAC and an LBX, and I think the LBX needs to go.
So, Crimson, I almost get the idea that, and maybe this isn't what you're trying to say, because what you're trying to say is that the civilians always lose no matter what, and that's totally true. It almost sounded like you were okay with Russia moving in and taking over. Is that a common feeling over in Malaysia? Or did I just misread that?
It's not a common feeling. It's more like, there's nothing else we can do now. Ukraine was being promised with so many things, and then the final moment, everyone backs out.
See, that's my biggest sorry to interrupt you, but that's my biggest frustration with American policy, I think, is that we make promises and we don't keep them. Because it's not politically expedient at the time. Instead of when we made it, we made a principled policy decision to help a country, and then we bail on them, and it's just reprehensible. Irreprehensible. Sorry.
Yeah, that's politician, dog. That's the problem.
So discouraging.
That's the politician. Yeah, so that's the thing. There's nothing much we can do.
It means our treaties mean nothing. Our word means nothing, and it's just terrible.
Yeah. So right now we only can pray for Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because Russia has won Ukraine for the last final warning, I think a couple of years ago. And then, how did it happen today? I don't know. Who actually urged Ukraine to join NATO? It's a final. The final line for Russia to trigger.
They will not be able to join NATO, though, because the USSR has veto power in NATO. So they can, because they're one of the big players, so they can always veto their application. That's why they're not in Ukraine anyway, because they don't want them to be. So it's kind of a rigged, stupid thing. We treat them like they're in NATO, but we don't protect them like they're in NATO. NATO is kind of a worthless organization in a lot of ways too. It's not.
They only have two benefactions. One is for the economy. The other one is just, like I said earlier, it's just a surveillance for Russia. That's what a lot of other people are saying about.
Yeah.
So
but if they don't take a stand with Ukraine right now, guess what? They'll be having to do the same thing soon with Poland.
Yep. I think I saw a Reddit on a Poland guy who actually commented in Reddit. He was so freaked out that he fears that when Russia are done with Ukraine, they might be the next.
Because Putin wants to put it all back together again.
Yeah, not sure, but because NATO has a policy, if Ukraine did actually join NATO in the end, and if they are under attack, the other country has a policy they have to send out troops. So Poland was one of them, and according to that guy was posting already, he doesn't want to go to battlefield at all.
Well, of course, nobody wants to, but the question is, do you want your kids to live under a tyrant? And no.
Well,
I mean, that's a thing that America is kind of. It's kind of a cultural thing. We would not stand for it. We would fight as a people. If someone came and invaded here, we would fight guerrilla warfare until they gave up and they went running. We would just not give up. We would not become.
yeah, that's true. But not all country has those kind of firepower like you guys have.
Well, it's not even firepower. I mean, it would be knives, and it would be improvised explosives, and it would be booby traps, and it would be sabotage, and it would be snipers, and it would be bush attacks and feints and running, and it would be relentless, and it would be from every quarter, and it would go on for as long as it took, and anything that that an army did to inflict pain on civilians, we would double back towards them. It would be hell for them here. And it's not really any different than when you go to a Middle Eastern country like Russia did or America did, and you're fighting this ground guerrilla war, with the people that have the home court advantage. It's a lot tougher to win in that situation. And in America, you've got a lot of people that we have more guns here than we have people, I think. So it's not like we couldn't hand them out to our neighbors who are then finally saying, yeah, I'll fight. My kids are not going to be controlled by some dictatorial regime. It's not going to happen.
Target spotted.
But I think your country did sponsor some weapons to Ukraine. Well, I don't know.
That were what?
Your US did offer weapon arsenal for Ukraine.
Well, I think we've provided them with $1 billion in this last year in assistance that's, I believe, militarily oriented, and another $300 million. But that doesn't really help them probably enough in this instance, right? They need a lot more than whatever we've done, probably.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just we've got. I've seen stories of American SEALs coming.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
Going like a set of 6 SEALs coming over to help over to the
Everything.
And there's British special forces that are coming over to help.
2 Atlases down here.
Who left their Atlases out in the snow?
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Gulf?
Warning, incoming missile.
One of them's at 38%.
Airstrike on the ground.
Target spotted.
I'm all close range, so I can't do much right now until we get in on them.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Kilo.
Enemy is at 25%.
Heat level
Kilo's
critical.
down. Other Atlases in the open.
Acquired.
Target spotted.
The other Atlas is at 31%, but he has all his armament.
Not for long. It's
New
Lima.
target acquired.
Oh, there were 3 Atlases then.
Online.
Target spotted.
Lima's on the run.
Target
Lima's down.
Well, the Atlas is dead, but I've been stripped.
critical.
You got 2 at Captain.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Capture
Heat
resource
level
point
critical.
Sigma. Halfway to victory. We need to keep holding on to our resource points.
Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
I think there might be 3 coming from Kappa. Yeah, the ice ferret is one of them.
Need assistance.
Heat level critical. Airstrike online.
Gosh dang it.
Warning, incoming missile.
Thank you.
Target destroyed.
I'm having a good mission here.
One final push.
Target acquired.
Managed to get 2 kills. Ain't bad.
There you go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they might kill me.
I'm coming for you, Charlie. After Charlie.
Right arm critical damage. Left torso critical damage. Right arm destroyed.
Ouch.
Right torso destroyed. Right laser destroyed.
They got me. Darn it. Thought I was going to get 5 kills, but I did not.
It's alright.
Wave and Pepper, which horrible pun am I responsible for?
All of them.
Probably all of them.
I mean, it is your stream.
It is my stream, and I do like puns.
Target destroyed.
Sometimes they're just not funny, though.
You could say that when it comes to puns, I have the runs.
Good job, guys. It's a damn good game.
So yeah, that's a good match for me. 4 kills and 740 damage. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Is that a new dark record?
No, I've gotten 8 kills before. I've gotten 1440 or 1430 damage before with 4 kills, I think.
We're talking about you, not McFish.
No, me.
Yeah, we're talking about you, not McFish.
Yeah.
So what's your top numbers?
I just told you. 8 kills is my top match. And 1440 is the other thing I dreamed about.
Hey, don't yell at me, okay? Don't raise your voice to me.
What? What are you talking about? Am I getting close enough
Come
to the
over here,
mic
put
yet?
you over my knee.
Oh, I didn't even look at my scoreboard because I was so proud of myself. That's terrible.
It's okay. Gloating's bad for the spirit anyways.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to get out of this thing, but if I keep my distance, I can do okay in it. That's usually my problem anyway, in every mech I get into.
Yeah. I gotta look up Madcat Mark II builds or something, because I'm trying this
I could get in my Madcat.
EC10 UAC10.
I should get my Madcat Mark II. Yeah, that'd be fun.
2 10s, 2 5s, 2 heavy medium lasers.
I don't
Best
do
build.
well in it either, so that'd be perfect.
2 10, just regular 10s, regular 5s?
I use ultras. It's hot though.
Okay.
I can show you after. Actually, if you want right now, I can quick post a build.
Well, I've got invalid builds on
Yeah,
some of my
you can post
mechs
it in
now,
there.
and I don't really know why. Because of their changes, probably. Is that my... What is that? Oh, it's a stalker build. It's non-compliant. 3 of my stalkers are broken now.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll have to change some of them because they're...
That's terrible.
They changed. Yeah.
Here's my Laser Vomit Marauder. Where's my Madcat Mark II? Is it above there?
I'll say stick in your Marauder.
The one I'm in, or the other one, my other laser vomit Marauder? I'm gonna get my other one. It's a little faster.
Okay.
And it still.
There's my MK2
It still
build.
has lasers. It's still.
Okay. Thank you. I'll test out fishes.
Okay, good to see you, Crimson. Yeah. Thanks for the conversations.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Check out yours and McFish's. We are way heavy, though.
Yeah, I'm going back down. I had to go to the mech lab to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's that build for that's going in the chat there? What are you guys building over there?
Those are for Marauders. Not the Mad Cats.
The Mad Cat Mark II DACA? Which one?
I don't know what McFish's build is. But Hellbringer's is AC5, AC10.
Which build is it, though? I mean, which chassis, I mean?
The B.
Yeah. It's the B.
Letter B as in, boy, I'm good.
Buoy. B as in buoy.
Okay. So I might want to come back and try that in a minute. Here we go. Woohoo!
Mine's a little bit hotter, but it absolutely destroys stuff. You don't really use the lasers much. They just back up, and if you happen to come across an enemy that gets in front of you or whatever that's close, and they are hurting already, and you are low on heat, you put off those lasers and all your DACA, just click, 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 and everything dies.
Yeah. Everything dies.
But you gotta be ready to be hot and to back out and give your self a second to cool down.
Oh, yeah, that's not my play style.
And the second time.
Yeah, no.
Wait and cool down. What are you talking about?
Dark Marauder's all action all the time.
All action all the time. That's another good one for the t-shirt, sweatshirt slogans. I'm trying to come up with good sweatshirt slogans and t-shirt slogans. I have some like...
He fears no heat bar.
What? No heat bar? He fears...
No,
yeah,
look at
he fears no
on
heat bar. That's
chat.
right. What's that thing on the bottom that's all the heat bar on the right? What does that mean? Another day, another bad life choice. That's actually a Crimson Eye quote.
Cool shot. What's
Dark
that?
Marauder tip of the spear. No handlebars. I thought cleanup on aisle 7 might have some potential. Run hot and push hard. Ghost Lance.
Yeah.
Been there, killed that. I kind of like that one. Bad life choices. Just another bad life choice. And all alone and out of position. Ghost Lance or Dark Marauder. My other ride is an Atlas. That'd be a good one.
Did you get your frustrations out there, Valen? You feeling better now?
Another one, Ghost Lance. No plan, too bad.
The dying doesn't necessarily help, but you know.
Yeah, details.
No, some just got destroyed in your area in front of your mic. We listened to it for like 30 seconds.
Oh, sorry. No, I was pulling out another part for this model.
Now, you can articulate the joints. Do they have friction so they'll stay where you put them?
No, they're it's a 3D print, so there's a tongue and groove for most of it.
Oh, see,
but the groove is not strong enough to hold the piece in.
What?
It's
So it has like a tine that goes in. You mean a keeper?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I would think you should be able to retro. I'm surprised they didn't design it so you could put a screw in that you can adjust the tension and put rubber friction pads in between, glue those to each part, and then you could pose it, keep it in the right place. Or, you know what we really need?
Oh, no. Okay, So for the joints for it moving, no. There's actually it's a ball and click joint, so it's a ball with a pincher that goes around the ball joint.
And you can tighten that.
And it holds really well. And
Hi,
no,
everybody.
it's permanently tight. So as long as you don't like abuse the snot out of it, it'll stay tight forever.
And you can move it?
What I'm doing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Cool.
Up and down, arms up and down, legs.
Okay, cool. So it is posable.
Yes. I was pulling out the little greeblies for like some of the accents.
Support the sword from the left.
I'm wondering why we don't design one that you can put robotic servo actuators in.
They do.
They do?
They do.
And
they're very expensive, and they're usually one-offs, but they do.
That sounds really nice.
I forgot what I was doing.
Kappa has fallen.
Oh my gosh.
Marauder 2 and D3.
Right arm destroyed.
They just took off my arm.
Laser destroyed. Heat sink destroyed.
Seriously? How did they even do that? They're over,
Back it up.
They're
Back it
behind
up.
me. If I'd known there was guys behind me there, I wouldn't have. I've just lost half my mech. I didn't even get to the match yet.
Target spotted.
I got AC-20s.
Help, bring back it up.
Yes, so they're all here. Override engaged. I didn't know you were backing out that far. I thought it was just to get out.
I'm gonna die.
I'm dead. He's gonna overheat and kill me. God damn it.
I will not.
Center torso critical.
No, it's my own fault because I didn't realize what mech I was in, and I ran into a position that I was like, oh yeah, I've got my stuff on. No, I did not.
That was a disaster. I was supposed to be better than that mech.
Yeah, we did good. If we had one more mech supporting us.
Oh my gosh.
like
Are you
maybe
talking
more
about me
lance
right now on
movers.
my own stream? That's terrible. I don't know why you guys went over there. I was trying to get over to where we were going to engage everybody.
Cap, then swing around.
New target acquired.
But I was not expecting a full lance to go after.
There was a full
Normally
lance
it's
over
just
there.
light.
They took my back torso. They took my whole right arm and torso off in one shot. Whoever.
Yeah, we basically got swarmed by two light pack lances.
New target acquired. Override shut down.
No, this guy's firing and firing, but he's missing and missing.
And he's blowing himself up.
Heat warning. He killed himself.
I was watching the same guy.
Yeah.
He was swinging a miss, swinging a miss, swinging a miss.
Yep,
Override,
yep.
swinging a miss, swinging a miss.
I thought I was looking in the mirror there for a second, but nope, it was actually somebody else. I have a feeling we're going to lose this one. Just my sense, my battle sense.
The fish has got this.
Right
I better spectate McFish then. I feel like McFish generally gets his best matches when people do generally pretty well. So he's not like the last mech standing, or you know, he can not be the center of attention all the way through the match. It gives him time to work the magic. Well,
gives him time to smoke stream.
To smoke the stream, smoke the players. This is, I think, the last mech standing is actually just up here with the camera looking down at the cap point.
Yeah.
Well, I almost did 200 damage before I died. Alright, I'm gonna...
Yes, for being one of the first ones dead, I sure did a lot more damage than most people.
I'll try to do a little better this time. A little better.
Okay, let's try and do this again, but remember what mech we're in.
Oh, I do that sometimes.
Maybe don't go that direction from that
Boy,
spawn
I
on that.
guess.
Yeah.
No, we got to take the cap. It's not their cap, it's our
Well,
cap.
if we go, we should all go together, I guess, then. I didn't know you had a purpose. I thought you were just kind of going to go further and go up a ramp.
If even one of you guys came with us, me and Valen there, we would have had all four of those.
Dark was right behind us.
I peeled off and went up that little side thing to get up towards the...
Yeah, it was just you and me.
I didn't know you had a purpose. I'll stay with you this time if you want to do that again.
Because I was using my close range, holding them off. You were using your missiles, holding them off. Every time they peaked, I laid down multiple barrages of Ultra AC-20 rounds. This thing's got like a 35 or 45% jam chance off on it, and it's also got good heat, so like I can just keep tapping the Ultra AC-20 and just wreck stuff. And then the other arm, I got 6 heavy smalls, and those are mean too. So.
Okay.
I almost had a couple of them dead.
God.
If we just had a little bit more support, where they're like, "Oh, 2 mechs, we can get them." They went to rolled over on us. But when you were calling
for a whole lance there.
yeah, when you were calling to back out, things got a lot more intense. There was more mechs there at that point. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, which is why I started the back out call.
And I wish you would have specified further, because I thought it was because of airstrike, not the more mechs.
No, if I'm calling to back out, I mean leave. Like we gotta leave this area.
Do my best for scope.
Yup.
I'm running, Johnny.
Yeah, no. If I'm saying like, usually what I'll say is if it's back up a little bit, I'll be like hold back, or hold position. But if I'm saying no, back out, go get the heck out of the zone, because my radar lit up like a Christmas tree, and I'm like, no.
I was so focused on switching targets between the 3 of them. I seen that 3 of them I had cored out and was close to killing them, and so I was so focused on that I didn't realize until that thunderbolt or whatever the heck it was rained in from the sky, and then I backed out and was like, oh my god, there's 6-7 mechs here now.
Here, Valen, I'm showing you my Marauder. You've probably already seen it though.
Yeah, you should.
All the joints are kind of already done. Doesn't really focus there, does it? I could back it up. Still won't. Come on, it's supposed to be autofocused, little camera, but what is it? 10 years old. It probably can't think that hard.
Put your hand behind the model so it gets rid of your face.
I'll probably put a piece of white paper behind it. Maybe that'll help. It's not very white.
Is that the number for the next giveaway?
No, I wouldn't divulge that because I haven't thought of it yet.
Is that your to-do list for taking over the world?
That was my to-do list for Jessica's last music video. I had 2 pages of, these are all the things that have to be checked or done or finished before a video's done. After I think the video's done, I go back through and think, well, what have I missed? So there's just lots of stuff. So I make a checklist, final checklist, make sure I've got everything covered.
Well, you got to be teasing stuff with Half-Life. Because you posted that, does that mean Half-Life 3 is confirmed?
No, it was just because it's a cover of a song called Half-Life. You're overthinking it a little bit in the game arena.
Half-Life 3 confirmed! Sweet!
Dark Marauder confirms Half-Life 3!
He's popular and famous, so it's got to be true.
Did you just call me a poplar?
The hero
like a tree?
of the
poplar?
inner sphere.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Famous voice actor.
I've got thick bark. Very little bite. That's right. Movie star. CGI movie star. Voice of the pirate captain.
Reactor online. Sensors.
My daughter has not even watched that yet. Can you believe it? I said, Jessica, do you know how many times I've watched your video? No. Probably about 100 while making it. Oh, I'm not very good at watching videos. I haven't even watched my own video, really.
Oh, Jesus.
She's watched at least 10 times, I know, because I made her watch it a few times as we're looking for stuff.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have the vocal for the next one recorded by Monday, I think. I don't know if we've even picked the next one yet. So I'm not really sure, like, this build doesn't have that much more alpha firepower than my Hellbringer does, right? And it's quite a bit slower.
I'm not yours, Dirk. How many times we gotta talk about this?
What?
Artillery strike.
I'm not yours.
Oh, sorry. My Hellbringer, my other Hellbringer.
Oh, there's more of us. Okay, I see how it is.
You're not the only Hellbringer in my life, you know.
I remember that.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
More than one Hellbringer.
Heat level critical.
We're going upstairs here. And it's a lot slower, and it has more armor, but it seems to die quicker because you can't. It's hard to share it.
Target spotted.
So I'm not really sure the extra firepower helps in the balance of things, which is what they plan, I guess, right?
Target spotted.
They don't want any one mech to have enough power to really be useful.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Oh, I got a light near me. I need a hand. Fox 4.
Coming back. Keep going forward. Keep coming towards me. I'm coming towards you.
Yeah, I don't stop on a dime. Trying to get moving.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
Oh, I overheated from him. Oh no, save me.
Level critical.
I got him. That was scary.
Target spotted.
Well, you said get him, so.
Artillery strike online.
I said missiles ahoy.
Where are all these bad guys?
Yeah, I just clicked overheated. I didn't mean to fire off all my lasers too.
Good kill, McFish.
Nothing else, so I'm gonna keep going across. I think there's another assault in D65 unless he was killed.
Target spotted.
Crossing?
Target spotted.
I got a light behind me again. Ow, ow.
I am too far away.
Heat level critical.
Go away, you little gremlins.
I'm coming.
Artillery strike online. Target acquired. Heat level critical.
I'm tempted to go up that ramp.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
I'm dead.
Artillery strike online.
I keep getting swarmed by lights. I just... it feels like they have so much freaking armor.
Level critical.
I know, I'm sitting there next to you pounding on him and it's not doing nothing.
Target spotted.
Level critical.
Ouch. Ouch.
Heat level critical.
Woo-wee.
Critical damage.
Thank you.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
What do we got? Where's the next one? Oh, there you are.
Left torso critical damage. Warning, incoming missile. Artillery strike online.
Come on. How am I stuck here?
Target spotted.
Fuck! Son of a... Ah!
Pop yourself.
I didn't know I had my override on. I hit the wrong dang button. Wanted to turn on chain fire, not override. Ah!
Where are you?
I'm dead.
Those little lights, man. Got him.
Nice.
Good work, guys. Thanks for the drop.
Warriors, you have taken the target. We are victorious in battle.
That was quite a ways off. Get that little guy. Lots of smoke and mechs around here. 6:30.
There you go.
Still, well, that's a little more than half of what McFish did. We did pretty well as a lance, I'd say. 6 kills and lots of damage. Lots of damage.
Yeah.
I got one more drop. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. If I can't save the intersphere at the end of one more drop, there's just no saving it until tomorrow. Hopefully it can hold out until then. Is tomorrow Friday? I get to go to a new food cart for lunch tomorrow. That'll be kind of fun. Dave GT, today, that's right. Today is Friday. Thank you. Minor time shift dilation, multiple timeline, universal plot twists for lunch. Hellbringer. Making up some words. It's okay. See, it brings out, not being able to cuss in the stream brings out your creativity. You're welcome.
And extreme frustration.
You would have been frustrated anyway. But this channels it into creativity.
Profanities, it's just like when I'm wrenching in the car and my hand slips off and I bust my knuckle or something.
You shouldn't.
Yell out profanities. It's just
you shouldn't do that though. You shouldn't bust your knuckle.
It stressed me.
Whenever I'd get hurt, my buddy who was helping me work would always say, "Pain is such a personal thing." It wasn't very comforting for some reason. He mainly just tried to remind me that he didn't.
Yelling cuss words
hurt me at all.
pain, I'm telling you.
So there was a thing in the 70s that was popular. It was called primal scream therapy, and where psychologists would tell their clients that if they were angry or frustrated, they should go into a room or go outside or just right there scream a primal scream and, give voice to their frustration. And after that had become popular, somebody did some research and they found that it actually did the opposite. It helped encourage them to lose their cool more quickly, to become more frustrated more easily, and get more frustrated, and to have to do it even more and more, and it didn't actually help them. So it could be, and I'm just going to make an inference here from that without any studies to back me up whatsoever, so feel free to ignore what I'm about to say. Could be that cussing to relieve stress doesn't do anything other than help promote more cussing to relieve stress.
There's two types of people in this world. You either get hurt and you cuss like a sailor, or you get hurt and you pull a Peter Griffin and you hold the hurt spot and go, ah.
I do that. But there's a third type of person that I feel like you've left out of that equation, not to diminish the beautiful...
No, two people, sailors, Peter Griffin.
There's a third type, and the third type is sailors who just cuss.
That's the first of the two.
Maybe Hellbringer's just working on his sailor accent.
Maybe. We tease my wife that she's got a sailor mouth, potty mouth, but she doesn't really cuss.
Working on it?
She just is the worst of us.
I'm a master.
Funny part is, yeah, I actually have a friend whose last name is Sailor.
Oh, really?
And we always made the joke. Well, I made the joke that one day you're going to start cussing like
yeah.
one.
And what did she say to that? Did she cuss you out? Oh.
No, she just looked at me like and rolled her eyes. Oh, that reminds me. I am
actually a sailor, but my last name is not Sailor, and I don't cuss. So I break the mold in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Go be a mechanic for a couple years. You'll learn how to be a sailor really fast.
I've worked on engines. I don't really like it, so I'll just pass on that. I don't mind the engine part. What I don't like is all the oil and grease and stuff under my fingernails that I can't get off later. That I don't really like. I remember in middle school I put, one of the things in metal shop is they had you do a lot of metalworking stuff, but they also had you tear down a 4-stroke Briggs & Stratton engine and put it all back together. And if it started up when you first pulled, you got an A. And if it didn't, then you didn't. You had to tear it apart and figure out what you did wrong. And so that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
You have permanent man hands. They scarred, colored, burned, maimed. Jennifer used to like when I was working on the house all the time and there was just lots of cuts and, abrasions and stuff. She liked that for some reason. I never really cared for it. I don't have such manly hands now. Yeah, it was fun. I still don't like working on engines, though. I used to change my brakes and, change spark plugs. And on my timing and stuff like that, on my VW Bug, I did valve adjustments. And you had to do those every 3,000 miles on a VW Bug, which is really just a few times around the block, it felt like. And I didn't ever tear it all the way down because I just didn't. That seemed like a lot of work. But I had to do all the maintenance on it. And it's not, some of it's right there and easy, and some of it's got to crawl underneath and do it upside down and stuff. It's dumb.
All systems nominal.
That's great, Hellbringer. I think that's really good. There's a lot of people will look at me and they'll look at the house I built and they'll just shake their head because they don't know how to do anything like that. And it's like you just figure it out. You go, read something, or you ask somebody, or you do little
breaking right.
Now so much stuff's available on YouTube, you can just figure it out. But of course I did get an early start doing woodworking. My dad had me help him build a Swiss chalet style wood shop in our backyard. I believe it was 12 by, what was it? It was 12 by 12. And then I later added on
we are hunting rabbits.
Another 8 feet in the back. So it was like 12 by 20. And I used to do cabinet work, build cabinets in there, and I took a woodshop class in middle school, which taught me a lot. And then I didn't take it in high school, but I worked in a cabinet shop for a summer, and he taught me how to jig everything up and do mass production and super tight tolerances over and over and over again on things. And so I just was able to, at that point, I was able to either know and figure out how to build anything I wanted, or look at a quick picture and go, okay, yeah, I got this, and then do it. And so I started making custom furniture and cabinets and whatever I wanted to make, I could make. Here I am, tip of the spear already. It's just embarrassing.
That's so sexy looking.
It's like a good target.
I'm gonna get behind.
I'm headed back. I don't know if I can handle the meant for big boys.
I'm coming too.
I'm coming 3.
Base is being captured.
Guys, the bad guys are in Charlie 5. Please don't go back to the base. There's 10 of you going back to the base. Do not do that, please.
It's a cheeser. He's on his way. He's running.
It's a cheeser.
Arctic cheetah headed to Fox 3. You guys turn around.
Target spotted.
I'm coming up where I can get a better angle at not being the first target they shoot and kill, but be able to do some damage. I want some damage.
Target spotted.
Valen, stepping in front of you.
Oh, sorry.
Too late.
Target spotted.
The missiles
Cheetah's
are
running
away.
in Delta 3. He's gone.
There was a whole slew of them over at C5. Did they move?
However,
I need to come through now. Stop for a second. Come through. Don't shoot.
medium, it looks like.
Go ahead.
Gulf's on the move.
No, it's a heavy, and he has streaks. I'm getting the out of here. That's a Timberwolf with double streak 6s.
Bravo Atlas is trying to flank us. They're flanking around. They're circling us.
Where at?
I see multiple assaults and big guys.
I need targets.
They're heading to our base. Or that direction, I mean.
Base is being captured.
Target spotted.
Timber is gone.
Target spotted.
Base is being captured.
Need assistance.
Yeah, we got like 3 or 4 near our base. A couple assaults, so we should go deal with that.
I got one I killed. Does that count?
25% captured.
Need assistance.
Base is being captured.
Ouch.
Need assistance.
Am I over here by myself, basically? Because that's not good if it's the case.
Yes, you are.
Base is being captured.
I'm coming to give you a hand.
Triple on our base. 3 of them on our base, guys.
Base 50% captured.
More headed to our base.
Target acquired.
5 headed to our base.
Base is being captured.
Need assistance.
Heat level critical.
Sorry.
That one's still down here. I'm going to go down and get him.
Just plink 1 or 2 on the base.
Artillery strike online. New target acquired.
Ah, darn it.
I have no range, gents.
Kodiak.
I'm down. Tu has mi grandios huevos puto, por favor. Ándale.
Is being captured.
Du hast mich zu Frankenstein.
Are you summoning Frankenstein?
Speak as a Deutsch.
Entschuldigen Sie, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Parlez-vous français?
Nein, ich lerne Deutsch.
Dargath.
Being captured.
Come on, somebody's got to know what Dargath is.
I don't know.
You, I think, well, out of all people.
What is it? Say it again.
Dargath.
No. I don't know German.
Klingon.
Oh, I don't know Klingon.
Klingon.
No, I never learned those dumb languages that are made up for
Oh my
sci-fi
God.
shows that
I
I
thought you
love.
were a Star Trek.
I am. I like Star Trek.
Gerald and Mark down by the river.
Base
What?
is being captured.
Darmok and Jalad.
There we go.
Tanaga.
Thank you. Yeah, as
Come
soon as I said that,
on!
I knew I said it wrong the second it came out of my mouth. I was like, wait a sec.
Captured.
That ain't right.
Temok, his arms wide.
Who's on our base? There he is.
I may be stupid, Jerry, but I do
Yeah,
know.
the only thing I can do is body block. That's it. Yeah.
Heat level critical. Heat level critical.
Ow.
Left arm critical damage. Heat sink destroyed. Left
Ah,
torso
shoot.
critical damage. Left torso destroyed. Left arm destroyed. Right torso critical damage. Center torso critical damage. Large pulse.
Well, got 3 kills and 643 damage, so it was a good match for me, but we lost. So it was a bad match for all of us. Tragic ending to an otherwise healthy dose of punishment stream.
It was pretty good for me.
We'll do better in the next one.
Oh, Drax, you had to be timed out. I'm sorry you were racist, Drax. Yeah, I don't think you should pick on the nerds. There could be revenge of the nerds. You don't want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Valen, look at that. 1371. Woo. Woo, woo. That's
If it moved, I was touching
that's
it.
impressive. Wow. Wow, very nicely done.
But only 2 kills?
Yeah,
That's
only
pretty
2
weak,
kills.
actually.
Hey, that's why I said if it moved, I was touching it because I kept cycling targets.
That's really great.
I'm just trolling. I'm just trolling.
Wow.
No, I know.
Good match. We all did well. We just didn't do well enough to win.
I had to charge the base and get those people off, and when I did that, I got stuck in the open for a bit.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Had to make
They
pound on
were
me.
coming at me. All those mechs were coming at me.
But I airstriked, and I kept the timer from moving for a good chunk of
That
time.
got me
so-
in. I killed one on the way there, and I think I don't know. I killed another one. I don't remember. I killed some mechs. That's what. I don't remember where it happened. Mechs were killed.
Yeah,
Nightjus, hey, welcome. I'm sorry, I'm just ending the stream. You'll have to come back. Please hit follow and make a bad life choice. And if you haven't done so already, and then
I
you'll
don't know, Dirt. I
you
don't
can
know.
see it
Can we-
halftime.
I don't think we can end on that
Oh,
one.
come
I think
on,
we gotta do
seriously.
one more.
I'm
Yeah,
already
we gotta
late.
do-
Yeah, we gotta do one more. I think we gotta do
Oh,
one
you
more. Just
are
one.
a terrible person. For Nightjus, right? You're doing it for Nightjus?
For Nightjus, for the model, for the Mad Cat.
I see.
For Nightjus, we need to do the best 3 out of 5 here. So
No, I'll do one more. It's the righteous thing to do for Nightjus.
So one more. That's 2 out
No,
of 5.
we already did the one more, so this is the one more.
And then there's we can't leave like
No,
that.
I can't do
and then
that.
there's-
I'm banning those already.
Okay.
I am a nerd, I
Give me a
suppose,
couple minutes, I'll think
Drax.
of something else.
I wouldn't, I don't think of myself as being a nerd, but nerding is one of the things that I guess I do. It's just not the only aspect of my interest nor personalities. Oh, did I not push the button yet? I'm getting tired. Thought I pushed. Did I jump out accidentally?
He pushed the
Is
button
coming
to
back?
leave the group.
I left the group.
Uh-oh, McFish.
You gotta reinvite Fish.
Dark is the person that's not in the group anymore. I've invited him again.
It shows Dark in the group and you not the group.
There.
Well, I'm the group leader, and I invited him again.
Oh my god, we got 2 Dark Marauders. Hold on.
The world is going to implode here.
Doesn't
in a second.
McFish sound a lot more authoritative tonight? Maybe not. Just maybe.
Oh my god, I got a picture out just in time.
Maybe to me.
I will post that on Discord.
Oh, I'm trying to vote and it doesn't really listen to me. He scares me, Drax says.
No.
You can't.
Who scares you, Drax?
You can't end on a good match, even if it's a defeat. Okay. I have to end on a bad match? That's much more likely to end the stream quicklier.
No, he's saying you can't, even if you score really high, if you lost, you can't end the stream on that.
No, he said you can't end on a good match, even if it's a defeat. So I did a good match, I was saying. He said I can't end on that. I have to end when I do a bad match, even if we lose or win. Doesn't matter.
No, that's the way he's meaning it, but okay.
Mechwarrior Online that's the way so I am wrong, is what you're saying? Are you saying I'm wrong on my own stream? That's terrible.
Kind of.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm saying.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mechwarrior Online equals
I'm not.
Hotel California? What?
You know.
Oh, I get it.
Mechwarrior Online is like Hotel California,
Knight, just tell me, was I wrong? Was I misinterpreting you horribly? It's like McFish served me last time. Was at McDonald's, dehydrated, no tartar sauce, cheese hanging off the side. I don't have them put the cheese on it. I don't really want cheese on my fish. It overpowers it.
All systems nominal.
I think you have to be really careful with cheese and fish. I mean,
I agree,
sometimes you can.
but I always forget to tell them to hold the cheese. And then every time I tell them to hold the cheese, they never hold it anyways.
You're in big trouble with that cat, I just wanted to say.
Anybody want to start a GoFundMe for the neutering of my cat? It would be much appreciated. I won't have to go shining, and I won't have to take an axe to everything in here and take them all out.
I have another idea. It's a dark, twisted idea, so maybe I shouldn't share it on a child.
Rubber bands?
Well, no, that was not my idea. I'll share it because you know I'm joking in a dark, twisted sort of way. There is a friend of mine who makes stickers and stuff. She sells them on Etsy and does quite a bit of business off of them. And one of her critters that she draws is what she calls a blueberry cow, and it's just a cute cow, like it'd be like a Hello Kitty kind of style feel, only it's a cow. And she made a plush toy stuffed blueberry cow, and then she did a Kickstarter for people to buy it and pledge to buy it. If she got $10,000 worth of orders, she could get a run of them done and fulfill those orders and have some left over to sell. And she just met her $10,000 goal. It only took about 3 weeks, and so she's going to do a run of those. Plus she's come out with, there's some benefit ones also that she's going to give people, or they can buy extra and stuff like that. Different critters like avocado somebody. And
Target acquired.
And so my idea is, you can't really do a whole run of stuffed kitties, but you could stuff one kitty and sell it for the highest bidder, and that would solve 2 problems in one thing. Pretty cool, huh?
Base is being captured.
You could call it something cute.
The story was too long, and you lost
my
me
gosh.
like 15 minutes
Sell
ago.
it as something a cute name, like Fluffy Stuffed Kitty, to the highest bidder, and you could get it stuffed. And then you could, for the money you make, you could have money for doing your remodeling stuff that you want, or your building stuff that you want to do, and you wouldn't have the meowing kitty problem. Now, I know it's pretty dark. I know.
Hellbringer, I got a Vapor Eagle down here in the basement.
Coming.
He's probably gonna poke out at me here in a sec.
Target spotted.
Here comes a direwolf up in here.
I'm on him. I'm on him.
Where?
Missile.
I'm on the whale.
Target spotted.
I'm just not
Whale's
aiming this thing well.
There's more trying to come out.
Critical.
Bravo.
We gotta peek that corner first.
Target destroyed.
I got
Bravo.
I'm getting hit by missiles too.
Affirmative. Target spotted.
Wait, 3 up because I can come over here and venture a.
Target spotted.
Get to me and Valen and support us.
Let's push into this vapor eagle.
Working on the.
There's
an
others down
annihilator
here.
here.
Don't stop going forward. Stop going forward. You're gonna get into crossfire. There's 2 others
I got
over there.
3 of them right
to your
here.
left.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get the
I'm
vapor eagle
shut
to
down.
back off.
Annihilator's gonna kill me.
I'm already getting cornered, so I can't go.
That's fine.
He keeps
I'm still alive, oddly enough.
Hunchback down there with. He's got my name.
Target spotted.
Here, let me switch. I'll go right side and I'll see if I can hit him.
Left
He moved off.
Critical damage.
Target
Base
spotted.
is being captured.
I'm gonna drop down behind them.
Here he is. Telling him, Joker.
On it.
Pretty good, and I'm hurting.
Target acquired. Base is being
Target
captured.
spotted.
Where's the other guy?
Right torso.
There he is.
Critical damage. Heat sink destroyed.
He's dead. Vapor eagle.
on
Need
your
a hand.
right. I'm
Need a
coming.
hand.
Heat level critical. Base 25% captured.
Oh, overheated.
Is being captured.
I've lost too many heat sinks.
Right torso destroyed.
See if I
Right
can grab him away.
I used both my cool shots, but
pulse laser.
it was to no avail.
Heat sink
He's
destroyed.
almost dead.
Target
one.
Destroyed. Heat
Ah,
level
hot,
critical.
hot. So hot.
Is being captured.
He's down.
Nice.
I'm down. Hey, Waver
We got
Pepper.
one above us. Let's push out over here on the west side.
Coming to you. Cord center, cord right torso, cord arms.
It's a circular race, race. With poor wrapping. NASCAR is for nerds.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike activated. New target acquired.
Okay, we've got a light mech out in the boonies.
Oh, I've seen Malcontent before.
Target spotted.
See if we get a piece of this.
Coming up behind you, Fish.
Level critical.
Ooh, McFish takes him down.
Destroyed.
Micah Oba.
Coming back here, Alan.
Target acquired.
I got a light
They're
over
over by
here on
our
the
base.
wall.
He's over at our base.
Yeah.
Right behind you, coming in.
Need him to poke his dang head out.
The bad thing about that match for me is it's typical of I get in over my head and then I'm being shot by too many mechs at once and I lose control of everything. So I can't aim well, I can't fight well, I can't dish damage well, I can't keep cool, and it's just, you know, how long can I keep from being killed instantly?
Target spotted.
There we go.
Destroyed.
Good work,
How
guys.
did that volley not
Nice
I'll
drop.
take that one.
Alright, so we can't end like that because that wasn't good enough.
It was
so-
fun. I did 621 damage. What are you talking about? Nick,
I didn't hit 1300 though.
it's like almost 1 o'clock here.
Look at that Lance
hit
again, though. Look at
1300.
that Lance kills, Lance damage.
Look, we killed
compared
8
to the rest of our
mechs.
team, the rest of the game.
8 stinking mechs. That makes me want to do one more.
See?
Our Lance is literally over damaged, like by everybody in the game by about 400, and we have all the kills.
Drax, I don't think you should call me out on my own stream, but go ahead. Yeah, I'm sure I didn't look at the minimap enough. I did look at the minimap, and I did see one of the mechs that was over there, but it did not show all the mechs that were over there.
I don't know if Drax should really be calling anybody out since he hasn't been really playing Mechwarrior.
I know. What does he know?
Exactly.
I mean, the most matches...
Meta changes, stuff shifts around. I mean, I just can't...
The most matches he's played all week is what? Oh, 1.
2? Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, I gotta go eat. I'm hungry."
Yeah. Keep talking about this Drax guy. Who is this?
I don't know.
Just a new,
I don't know who he is.
New weapons?
I don't know who he is.
New mech?
He's like...
I think he's a guy who shows up in stream every once in a while.
Oh, did you actually play 2? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was off by a full factor of 100%. That's not surprising, though, is it?
I mean, we could say it is, but we
all know it's not surprising. Highly unsurprising. I have cat hair all over me. Why do cats have so much hair and I don't get any?
Nature.
Oh, Rubelet, vote for my Oasis. Oh, Grim. We're gonna get the Grim.
We're dead to you, please.
Who said that?
Drax.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, we're dead to you.
We are life to you. You just don't realize it. I've not played since before the patch, Dave GT says. Oh, well, you should. Intending to play less. He's intending to play less. He's on a hiatus. A sabbatical, really.
And that leads to not playing at all, which leads to quitting, and nobody likes a quitter, so...
I just want you to know, Mechwarrior best game, so good. Yeah. Drax, I just want you to know that we are going to miss you. We are.
Yeah, it's cool having your own for a little while there.
And I know you're probably...
Sure the dark...
You're probably just so good that, you know, you don't have time for us little Mechwarrior peons and stuff. I get it.
That last Dark peoples, they got an okay guy in their ranks now.
Isn't Drax like a comp guy or something?
A what?
Isn't Drax like a comp player or something?
No, he doesn't. No. I mean, he played comp, yes, but that doesn't make him a comp player. To be a comp player, you have to actually be playing the game. And he's not really playing anymore, so he's not really a comp player anymore.
And since he's not playing, he's going to get rusty, and that's going to mean he's going to start sucking, and that we're not going to want him in groups because he's not going to be any good. And you know,
I think probably a better description of Drax, rather than calling him a comp player, he would be like a decomp player, where he's decomposing because he's not playing. He's getting rustier and losing all of his edge. So you're dead to yourself. That's right. I'm so dead to myself. I'm so dead to me. But there's hope for resurrection. You could get, like Valen had that cool phoenix pendant hanging in his mech cockpit. It had like a phoenix bird with a flaming medallion opal or something in the middle of its belly. You could get one of those, put it in your mech cockpit. Perhaps it would bring life back into your Mechwarrior experience. I know that might be a little far-fetched, but I have to make up my own material. It's not like I have a staff of writers like a Tonight Show host or something like that.
I mean, we could hire one. I think we have the
That's a
budget for
great one, Hellbringer. That's a great one.
Well, that's a good sign.
I feel like in a month here we're going to have to yell at both Dark and Drax. Be like, hey, you guys are wandering off again. It's true. I've finally had my full effect on Drax's playability. He can't even play at all now.
25%. Do not let the enemy keep it up.
No, I do. This does not cause me to turn into a pumpkin. It feeds me so that I can propagate more of it onto other unsuspecting players and viewers. It's Kind of like I feed on the decay and decomposition of wayward Mechwarrior souls.
All the way back.
Do you think PGI, the reason they won't give me game codes is because they know that I'm actually causing a mass exodus of Mechwarrior Online players? Is that maybe the real reason?
Doubtful.
Doubtful.
Alright.
My eyes are getting
supposed to be a target-rich environment.
dry. I can shoot those big white things, those big tennis balls. What are those?
Fuel tanks.
Yeah, I'll shoot those. Wait, how come they don't blow those up? That'd be so great.
Right? I thought about that before and got irritated. I was like, man, there's enemy mechs, bunch of them right in the middle of those. I should be able to blow them up and kill them all.
And fuel would just come cascading out feet thick and roast them all. It'd be fantastic.
Or it should just be like a big bomb that you target them,
Yeah.
blow them up, and everything around them.
I don't think it can
gets
blow that
massively
fast unless there's a lot of air in there. McFish, I'm on your 6. Have been for quite a while here.
The whole Lance is on the 6.
The whole Lance. You're leading the whole
We're the only
Lance.
ones over here.
We shouldn't be going here, but we're going here.
Artillery strike online.
Fish is like, dang it, you guys go do your own thing. I get my numbers by doing my own stuff here. Now you're following me and bringing them all over here.
There's a little light over there that was shooting at me. It was mean.
Target spotted.
Keep moving up.
My backer, I hope you're not running away.
'Cause I gotta get up there and do damage, and I ain't leaving you back here by yourself.
Yeah, go. I'm coming.
Go try and get you some locks here. Be ready, I'm about to cross the hilltop.
Target spotted.
Got one up on top.
Yep. Dang it.
They pop smoke.
Artillery strike online.
Target spotted.
I'm closing in a little bit so I can see somebody and shoot them. Almost got a back shot on that timber.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
CT torso.
There's a little mech on my right, behind the buildings here. You guys see him? He's behind me, so just maybe you can clean him up when you come this way.
Need assistance.
Use them up with a shadow cat. H8.
Target acquired.
See him.
No!
Acquired.
See if I can
Overheated. Get with you.
I'm down.
Where'd this guy go?
Thanks.
Glad I was a distraction for you, sir.
He was very
There he is.
Critical damage.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical. Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed.
Oh, he killed me. Thought I was going to get one more shot and take him out. I don't really know the best way to
me or-
wiggle this thing to spread the damage. I think I go too far with him. Then he takes my arm off. Ooh, that crab looks bad.
Destroyed. Left arm.
Uh-oh.
Left
Dr. Payne, the second.
Oh, hey.
Good kill.
25%. Target acquired.
How's that thing alive, honestly?
New target acquired.
Woo-wee, that thing puts out damage, doesn't it?
Critical damage. New target acquired.
I'm dead. That crab is one touch CC almost.
I can't
But
believe
the
that
other little
Raven
guys
won't
got me.
die.
Left arm critical damage. New target acquired.
Nice try, McFish. How many? Look at this mech is like spinning around, breakdancing down here. Is that the crab? Yeah.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know how to stop. The physics are out of control. Oh no, he's still going. He's gonna roll over again. Flop. Oh. That's kind of funny. Well, I think that was sufficiently bad that I can quit for tonight. McFish, 11:26. 3 kills, 3 kills. We still got 6 for between the 4 of us, which is really between the 2 of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the drops. Hellbringer, thanks so much. McFish, thanks so much. Valen, thanks so much. Drax, thanks for coming in early and wish you'd stayed, but I understand. I want your mental health to come first. Then we'll kill you after when you come back in. And then everybody else on the stream, everybody who hung out and participated, Waver Pepper, Dave GT, Nightjes, and I think we had, who else did we have? We had some other people maybe in here earlier, but I don't remember who. Waver Pepper, that's right. Boreal, also, thanks so much. Leisurely Sniper 2, and we'll see you guys all next time, which hopefully will be tomorrow night, but maybe not, because it is date night, and it depends on what we do, if I'll be back in time to play or not, but likely we will. So anyway, everybody have a great night. This has been your favorite place to waste the most important moments of your life. Go Slants. Woo-hoo. Good night.
Good night.
You're welcome, Wave and Pepper. Of course. Later, Dave GT. You're welcome to the stream. There we go. The final outro bit. What does it mean? What does what mean? Oh, Guden, Hafen, no. I don't know.